I have always been the kind of person that is willing to try anything at least once. Alcohol and marijuana being my poisons of choice, when a friend who already tried it told me absinthe was almost like a mix of the two, I knew that I had to get my hands on some. After a little research, I decided that the easiest way to get some absinthe was to make some myself. With previous experience in the manufacture of meth and cat, I was sure I could make up some absinthe or something similar with no problem. I called the local herb store and ordered a pound of wormwood. With the main ingredient in hand, I knew absinthe was in my immediate future. Trying to obtain something close to real absinthe without the trouble of distillation, I soaked about 2 ounces of wormwood in a liter of 190 proof ethanol. After it had steeped for a few days, I had a bottle of dark green oilish liquid. I added 1 cup sugar, 1 lemon, and an ounce of mint extract to the green liquid in an attempt to make it somewhat more drinkable. After I had added the last of the ingredients to my absinthe, it was time to take the stuff for a test drive. I tried to drink a shot straight, but it was the awfulest tasting stuff I had ever tried. Through some quick thinking, I decided the way to drink the stuff was going to by putting a shot of absinthe into a cup of water and adding sugar until it was palatable. The resulting drink did not taste bad, but by no means did it taste good either. The night of my first experience with my homemade absinthe, I went out with some friends, and took the Sinthe with me. With the first ounce downed, I could feel my skin crawl, kind of like when you've done too much speed. From the second to the third drink, everything seemed to get a little more interesting, i.e. the pattern on tiles, people's faces, etc. Unlike with anything I had ever took before. After the third drink, the alcohol started to take over and I just started to feel an intense alcohol buzz. That night was a really interesting night because unlike stopping when the alcohol drunkenness started to become apparent like any logical being would do, I kept drinking my extremely hard green concoction. Consequently, I awoke the next morning in a friend's car after having passed out about 10 hours before. I have drank homemade absinthe made by soaking wormwood in 190 proof ethanol a few times since, and with moderation it is a pleasant experience. After usually the third drink the alcohol feeling takes over. But before that point absinthe has a truly mind-opening property all its own. If a marijuana-like high or trip is what you're looking for, absinthe is not what you want. For me, absinthe supplies a lightly narcotic, relaxing feeling. Use absinthe with caution though. I usually drink around a liter of 80 to 100 proof whiskey when I drink, but less than a pint of the green stuff put me on my ass like nothing else has. Absinthe is not something to get really fucked up on, but it is nice to sit around, sip on a few cups and talk to friends. In my case anyway, some really deep conversations always ensues.